Good evening. You're watching this special broadcast on Headlines today on a day when there is anger across the country. A 23-year-old girl has been brutally gang raped and she is still fighting to survive. But now people are saying enough is enough. It's not about that one girl. It's about every form of insensitivity of the government. The people on the streets are asking, we stay unsafe. We don't have enough police to enforce the laws. Why should the VIPs get their Z plus security? Why should 20% of the Delhi police be deployed to protect our VIPs while women, men, children in the city are not safe? Is this a quid pro quo between our bureaucracy and our politicians just to ensure that they stay safe and we fend for ourselves? That's the big question we're asking you on Headlines today. You can call in and share your thoughts because this time a change needs to be made. Anger and outrage will not be enough. I'm also joined by my colleagues on this show. Pratibha Raman from Bangalore is with me. We'll also be having Shivani with us from Jantar Mantar, where a protest was organized by Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party, a bit belatedly, many would say, but a protest nonetheless. I want to go across to you first, Pratibha. Is there a sense of being let down? Is that the overarching sense that the people have? That time and again we hear promises after every such case, but there is only betrayal at the end.
You are right in a way because in Bangalore there have been several cases of rape reported, but even otherwise, what has happened to the perpetrators and nobody has the answer to it, and that has caused this whole angst, the anger that was bottled up in all these women who have now taken up the stage, that is the town hall here in Bangalore, where they've come forward to question the Indian administration. In fact, let me go across to one of them who seems to think that it is not just the politicians to blame, but the society itself needs to be changed. What kind of change do you expect from the society?
I think that society, especially as represented by the popular media, like in Bollywood, their representations of women are obscene, and we need to take a stand. I understand that men probably would not agree to stop watching Bollywood films that objectify women, but I think 50% of the population consists of women, so women should stop watching films that describe them as pieces of tandoori chicken that can be eaten and drunk with alcohol. And then artists like Yo Honey Singh, who make songs like Choot, those become extremely popular, and they're like idolized in Bollywood. How can artists like that be idolized? So it's so hypocritical of Bollywood to on one hand come out and say that my character, like in Dabang 2, the producer is saying that my lead actor will kill all rapists, and then they have a song like Tandoori whatever in their movie. So my point is the hypocrisy of Bollywood is representative actually of the hypocrisy of Indian society. On one hand, you'll continue making films like that, and on the other hand, you'll put the whole responsibility on the MPs. So I do feel the MPs also are so indifferent to people. People to them are just cattle. They don't care if another girl gets raped. So in that sense, I think they need to come down. They need to be more human. They can't say things like the poor can live on 600 rupees a day, like Sheila Dikshit did. They don't connect with society anymore.
Thank you. As you can see, there is so much anger. Let me also go across to another lady here. In fact, she will tell us about. Do you actually feel betrayed in some sort of way by the Indian administration? Do you feel that the rape victims aren't met with enough justice?
This is an ongoing thing. Yeah. On one level, you feel like you don't want to blame the administration for everything because at the end of the day, it's a society that asks questions about what was the girl doing, the character of the girl, and all of that. The administration, yes, it would of course help. The reason people get away with it is because they think the administration is not going to punish them enough. So yes, one does feel betrayed by it, but I don't think the onus is only on the administration. The administration will reflect what the society does, is what I feel.
So it's not just the Indian administration, it's not just the politicians, but even the public. How sensitive is the public towards such cases of, towards such incidents of rape? And that is also a question that needs to be answered. Over to you, Pankaj.
Government, which is supposed to keep us safe, why are they failing so miserably in doing that one thing that we're asking for? Just keep us safe. Men, women, children, doesn't matter. We deserve to be safe. Is there a collusion between our babus and our politicians so that they stay safe, they have a good night's sleep, they sleep safely in their houses while we are still stalked by fear? I want to go to Shivani now. Shivani, you were at the Jantar Mantar where there was a well, there was a protest by Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party. But the politics aside, what were the real deliverables that Arvind Kejriwal talked about? Because it's not like our politicians cannot make us feel safer if they want to, but they fail so far.
No, there are no real deliverables except for the fact that he wanted people to keep up the pressure on the politicians of the country, and of course the societal change that we all need. There were a myriad number of people who spoke, and from all different classes, people spoke of their own stories as well. Padmaja, I have a group of young professionals right now with me, even though the action has shifted from Jantar Mantar to India Gate. The professional class, the middle class, upper middle class is often accused of not caring enough because they're comfortable, they don't really care, they're in their homes, they're accused of being lazy and not acting. I have these young men who are all working professionals and they're very, very passionate for what they're asking. So first of all, tell us, what is your demand, your key demand from the politicians?
A key demand, they must have a political will to sort out this problem. They must provide the security for our ladies and girls.
But
and
how? How do you want it?
For that, like first, they should ensure like they are having a political will, which they are not having, which they are lacking. That is the most important. And second thing, they should stop this unnecessary comments, like the Home Secretary is making a comment, like they should stop the bar and all after a particular time. All these things are the unnecessary things and showing the weakness of the government. We should generate a faith in girls and women of Delhi, and we should deploy more and more security personnel so that they can give a more confidence to the ladies.
All right, give confidence to your women so that they can go out in the streets without fear, and also stop taking away from the root point of the issue. Stop diverting the issue by targeting bars or targeting late night activity. That is not what is the problem here. That's what the message is, Padmaja.
Another caller joins us now, Shantanu from Delhi. Shantanu, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, as far as the punishment is concerned, I want to request to Human Rights Commission, if those convicts get a capital punishment, then the throw media those Human Rights Commission should not create any sort of obstacle to stop those punishments. Because I have heard our commissioner's speech that the capital punishment, these things are discouraged by Human Rights Commission. So don't do that, because in India it is very much necessary to create a fear in the minds of the rapists.
All right, so is it only the language of violence that people who indulge in such heinous crimes understand? Another viewer, Kajal, joins us now. Kajal, your thoughts? Kajal, go ahead. What do you want to share with us?
Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you. Go on.
Yeah. No, I just watching past a couple of days, on Times, Times channels and headlines and Times and all these channels. Okay, this has become increasingly, really, Delhi is very sick place. Last week I was in Delhi. Okay, when I landed in Delhi, I am supposed to go Delhi, Agra. You don't believe, from the time I landed at the airport, including inside airport also, there's so much of harassment, trust me. And somehow, I managed myself with a cool behavior. Then I stepped out of airport. You should see from the taxi drivers to, there are very sick. I can't really swear, I'm telling you. I kept my cool, even somehow I managed to take some taxi. 3 hours, it's so much harassment. And I really can't, I don't want to show anger on the driver or anything, because I want to reach my place destination. Like, Delhi is very sick, very unsafe. It's not possible for a girl, come for shopping, go alone or anything like that. Every second we have been harassed,
All right, Kajal, thanks for sharing your experience, and we are sorry that you had to go through that. As someone living in Delhi, I'm ashamed that you had to be put through that in Delhi. Another caller joins us now from Ghaziabad. Go ahead, what are your thoughts? All right, we seem to have lost that gentleman, Satish, who had called us from Ghaziabad. Pratibha and Shivani still with us. Shivani, a basic question that I want you to pose to the people who are with you. The fact is that our politicians wax eloquent about how they care about the dignity of women, about how rape is a shameful offense and must be decried. How do they explain the fact that there are more than 20 members of parliament who've got the rape taint on them? And we're just talking about MPs here. There are several MLAs also who were given tickets despite facing such heinous charges.
That's right. Let me just pose this question to the gentleman who's next with me. सर बहुत सारे जो पॉलिटिशियन हैं वो खुद उनके अगेंस्ट चार्जेस है, उनके अगेंस्ट केसेस चलते हैं. आपको लगता है कि हम गलती करते हैं ऐसे नेताओं को पार्लियामेंट में भेजकर?
हाँ, गलती करते हैं.
आप क्या चाहते हैं गवर्नमेंट से?
बगैर उसका कोई भी ऐसा आदमी नहीं होना चाहिए जिसके ऊपर केस हो या कोई क्रिमिनल हो.
बट हम उनको इलेक्ट भी तो करते हैं, हम उनके लिए.
पब्लिक जिम्मेवार है इसका. जो उन लोगों को वोट देती है, यहाँ तक भेजती है, पब्लिक जिम्मेवार है.
आपको लगता है पब्लिक की गलती है?
पब्लिक की गलती है.
So there you can see the public here realizes that obviously we are the ones who elect them and send them into the assemblies and parliament as well. But of course, yes, through the day here at Jantar Mantar, Arvind Kejriwal and his associates have sent out the message that you have to stop sending these men into the parliament and assemblies, and also that they would want stricter laws to restrict such people from entering and to stand for elections, so that we do not have such a high percentage of MLAs and MPs who have cases against them, Padmaja.
And it's a very important point. If we think that they don't deserve to be in parliament, we shouldn't put them there. If they've got a rape taint on them, don't vote for them even if they've got the ticket. Satish from Ghaziabad joins us now. Your thoughts, Satish?
I am completely shocked to hear the Home Secretary and the Police Commissioner praising the Delhi Police for the good work, excellent work done. In fact, I hold the Delhi Police totally responsible for the gang rape in Delhi because there was no police patrolling, and the earlier person who was looted by these same people had reported to the police. Had the police had taken action, this incident would not have happened. And Police Commissioner and Home Secretary, instead of punishing those guilty police officers, are praising the excellent work being done by the police. It is totally shameless and insensitivity of the government. Right.
Right, Satish, because now the police is reacting and patting themselves on the back for saying that we solved the case within 48 hours. Why couldn't this crime be prevented? It could have been if only they'd heard that one person who was assaulted by Ram Singh and his goons before they preyed on this young girl and her male companion. Thank you so much for having joined us here on Headlines Today and having watched us. If you did, this is a story we will be with despite all the politics, everything else notwithstanding. Headlines Today will stay with the story that 23-year-old girl, most importantly, is in hospital. She's struggling to live. Please pray for her.